Hey man, it's 365 Never in a Fight. I want to introduce a couple of young ladies that I have in the studio today. My mother, B Dub, as her baby daddy would call her, and my cousin, Sharon B. What's going on? How y'all feeling today?
It is. We good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But I got y'all here today, man, just to, get y'all point of view on being young parents, y'all experience, see who we can help out here. Just speaking from y'all point of view. But Mama, I want you to say what you just said a few minutes ago, the definition of a single parent.
Not the definition. The definition of single parent is when one of the parents are not in the home.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I used to describe myself as a single parent because for that reason, not being in a home. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I had help and everything before us with little Court. His mother played a major role, of course. How old was y'all when y'all had y'all first little ones?
I was 15.
How old was you, Cuz?
I was 18.
18. How was that? How was that being a young parent with one at the time?
Wow.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Wow. I was a child myself, so I mean I didn't know. It was like I had to grow up. Mm-hmm. You know, it seemed funny saying you had to grow up at 15 when I should have been playing with doll babies instead of raising a real baby. But I also had help. You know, I had my mother and I had family around me, and I kind of knew how to take care of a child because I grew up babysitting.
Okay.
So.
What about you, cousin? How was it with your first one?
Well, it was a real nightmare. It was. I mean, really, right. Because I was having a baby. Like, to me, myself, I was a baby still. I was 18 or whatever, but I was just the age 18.
Right.
I wasn't ready to have no baby. Like, I didn't have a place and all that, and I had to stay with my auntie and my grandma. Like, I wasn't ready for all that. And they had to teach me how to, be the mother and to get to know my baby. Because when I first had my baby, I ain't know I loved it, my baby. Like, oh, you love your baby. No, I didn't. I was just too confused. Like, right. I got a baby. And I had to grow into that. Like, me and her grew together. Like, when I had her, like, after that, it was just, I wasn't thinking about single parenting because when I grew up, my mama was a single parent.
Yeah.
But she always had, like, a boyfriend or something, so
yeah.
I didn't feel like we were single. Like, we was a family. Yeah. But when I was growing up trying to raise my daughter, as I was 18 years old, it was really hard. I was really discombobulated. I wasn't prepared for anything. And
what by y'all being young parents, of course I had my son at 19, but what did y'all pull from? Like what experience did y'all was pull from to know if you're doing it right, what you're supposed to do? Like, I mean, I know you just touched on a little bit. Auntie was showing you was how to be, what to do as a parent. Same for you, Mama. Like, but what did y'all pull from? Just more or less. Well, grandma and them got it. Like,
yeah, I watched. Like I said, we babysat growing up. Mm-hmm. So that's just like taking care, because you're responsible. Once the adult is out the house, you're responsible for this little person or whatever. And then just watching my mother saying, watching how she took care of us and what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep them safe. You got to feed them and you play with them and you know what I'm saying? Different things like that. Okay. But one thing I pulled out took to my adulthood was I didn't want my children to be young parents, especially my daughter.
Right.
Because it alters your life.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a good young parent, it's going to alter your life.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree. That's one thing I noticed just coming up how you was with Ann, and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, which it's funny because on the way over here, I was on the phone with Byron, and we was just speaking about how when you a single parent, you're in a home, I mean, basically raising your kids by yourself, and a mother will make sure the daughter don't mimic the same mistakes that that you did. But what happens with that is the sons, this is why it's crucial, what I mean, for the man to be a part. You know what I mean? Because the sons eventually they find their way. You know what I mean? They go out and and do whatever in the street. You know what I mean?
I try to tell my sons also, you wear a condom, you don't let her say, she on birth control and this and that, and you put your own condom on, you keep them safe, your condom to yourself, you don't let no woman give you no condom. And then I was kind of figuring also that the girls' mothers would be on their daughters the way I'm on my daughter.
Yeah, sure.
I can only tell my sons so much, but they have to be on their own daughters.
But one thing I can say is, I remember having them talks young, sitting on the freezer.
Yeah, that was y'all facts. When I told you about the facts of life.
Yeah, when you use the words dick, pussy. Yeah. You know what I mean? You never sugarcoat it. No, it wasn't terrible. It just what it was. It was no time to. The way in hindsight 2020 look back, being a young parent, you have no time to sugarcoat.
No.
Nothing.
And nobody told.
Yeah, I mean.
Nobody told me. If I think things would have been a little different if a person would have sit me down and told me, look, this how it go. You don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, and so, and then let me know it was all right, because I let my daughter know that when she thought she was ready to have sex, she could come to me. I promised I wouldn't get mad or anything. And, one day I was standing at the bus stop waiting on the bus, pulled my cigarette case out, and there was a note in there. And it was a note from my daughter saying that she thinks she ready to go to the doctor. And I took her to the doctor, and she put her on birth control. But some people said that I was giving her permission to have sex. I said, well, if that's permission, I wish somebody would have gave me permission.
You gotta say that.
So once she got grown, she told me that, she didn't do anything then, but it was there just in case. I had to cover her. Yeah. I knew, you know what I'm saying? I had to cover. I couldn't get mad when she told me, when she,
No, yeah, I mean, because if you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Yes.
And regardless, behind your back, you can't watch them all the time. Like, I mean. But how was the talks coming up? Like, the grandma and auntie have the talks with y'all as young kids, young girls? Like, because I know back in the day,
never.
That was something that's always, like, taboo almost to be spoke about. You know what I mean?
It was like a secret.
Right.
Because.
Go ahead, cuz.
Like, I had 4 girls and 1 son. And to be the single parent with that, it's like we needed a man around there for him. Because, like, it's just, let me see, all these girls. I can't even do it. Like, nobody ain't teach me all this stuff like the kids know today. Like, my kids have taught me so much stuff that I never knew. And they be doing, so I was teaching them that. So why y'all know to do it now? That you doing all this stuff. I don't know. I think it's horrible being a single parent trying to raise kids at any age by yourself. Even if you're not with the dad. Even like my auntie said, use the other people in the family to help you out or whatever. That's how it helped us. We helped each other. Like, she'll teach me, like, I babysit the kids, and we just learned as we went. We ain't have all this jump online and look at this and learn how to do this and none of all the stuff we have today.
It's trial and error.
Try to say trial and error.
Yeah, it just throw me way back. And then I had a nerve to have another daughter at 38 years old. So you can imagine. Problems all day.
Say being another single.
Yeah, now she think I'm the infant. Mom, no. Girl, that's when you know you need your own place.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me how to do mine. They so thinking, she 18. She think I'm old as dirt. Like, she up there, Mama, you did, Mama this. No, Kai, you is, just because you 18, that don't mean you grown. You still a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And just because you doing something, like she got her first job at 17. All my other children got theirs at 13 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
But she got it and keeping it and doing good and everything. But let me see. She thinking she the boss. Like, because she done paid the gas and electric bill. I mean, finally.
Right.
For one time.
She learning.
She paid the bill and then gonna say, yeah, Mama, somebody been in here leaving the... I was just want, you know how you mama want to say you gonna get hit into the next week and all that?
Yeah.
I just want to back it. You done finally got a job, start paying the bill. Mm-hmm. Now she the boss now.
I'll just go back to when, you know, like I said, one thing I ran with Mama when you was, when I had court. Mm-hmm. And it was what you told me, I don't have to be with no woman to take care of my child. Like, that's something that stuck with me for years, because I see people try to make things work and they end up doing more harm than good to the child, because kids are watching subconsciously. And knowingly, unknowingly, you are an example of, you know, I mean, you showing them what a man is, what a woman is, you know, knowingly, unknowingly. I pride myself to know that my son never seen me cuss a woman out. Mm-hmm. He never seen me catch a DV. Mm-hmm. You know, so I pride myself on that. But, you know, I just wonder, like, you know, y'all growing up, just you know, y'all brothers and things like that. Like, did y'all brothers sit down with y'all and have conversations?
For my brothers, it wasn't sitting down and have a conversation. It was like almost in passing. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to do that. You know, different things like that. But, you know, they did the best that they could, because they actually didn't have, you know, Daddy was much older than Mama, so he didn't really know how to come at, you know, he was older, man. He was in his 40s when he had his first child. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Daddy was in his 40s when he had his first child, so he didn't really know. You know, he taught him about working. He taught him what he knew. And stuff. So, you know, and then Mama, she, you know, she didn't sit me down and give me the talk, as they say. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, she didn't even tell me anything about, like, with my first cycle, with, you know, and different things like that. You know, I knew what it was from having older sisters, you know, and we knew about pads, sanitary napkins, and all this type of stuff. But I didn't never know, like, actually how to put it on and, you know, things like that. Yeah. And that's the reason I talk to my kids so young, so, you know, so I wouldn't, how do I want to put it? I talk to them so young because I didn't want the same, for them to go through the same thing.
Yeah, you want to, I mean, just
I felt like if somebody would have talked to me at a younger age, like, you know, when I was babysitting and different things, it would have been things that a person couldn't have told me.
Right.
You know, like I tried to tell, you know, my kids, you know, my daughter, if a man say this, if a boy say that, you know, she done heard it from me already. You know?
Because, I mean, exactly, I mean, like I said, that's exactly, you know, what you did. Like, when it come to, you know, when it come to condoms and poking holes and no wooden nickels and, you know what I mean? Right, you know what I mean? You know, but, so how old was y'all when y'all had your second child?
I was 17.
22.
22. So now y'all got 2 kids. How was that? Like, trying to maintain? Like,
well, I was out. I moved out when I was 17. I had 2 kids when I was 17 years old. I was out on my own. My kid's father was like 10 years older than me, so I was 17. He was 27. and I'm not gonna say I was playing house because I was honestly running a household at 17. So I mean, it wasn't easy. And then like when you said about, I told you don't have to be with a woman to take care of your child. That was from experience because I hung in a relationship years longer than I would have ever have if I didn't have any kids.
Okay, I see where that come from then.
Yes, yeah.
What about you, Cuzzo? How was it?
My second child.
How was
Okay,
it dealing with two?
I was on December the 30th of 1982. I was 17. I turned 17. On February the 5th, I had my first apartment. I was 18, and then I had my daughter in that May. Then I had the next daughter 4 years later, because I was 22 then. So I'm still a kid. I'm still young in the brain, thinking not everything. I'm just young. I'm just having babies. Because the stuff I know about sex now, I didn't know about that then. Back then, I was just having sex, having a baby. I know I'm supposed to be feeling good and all this stuff supposed to happen. And this wonderful stuff. No, I ain't experienced none of that.
Say wonderful stuff, Cuzzo.
Yeah. Because now they got people killing you over some sex. Like, wow, what are they doing?
Yeah, gotta say that. Gotta say that.
Because my daughter got a main out on her head about that sex stuff.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what a may not is, it's a knot that may or may not go away. A may not.
Oh shit, good.
Yeah, that one. And
But I'm gonna tell you, I mean, that y'all. But back in the day, sex was sex was for the man.
right. That's what I guess.
Huh?
Yeah,
Explain.
But it
back in
wasn't. That's what they made it like.
That's what I'm saying. Back in the day, or whatever, like way back then, it was like women didn't even really kind of enjoy sex.
I know, it was just sex.
Just me talking to my older sisters now. I have a sister like 18 years older than me, 13 years older than me, and back in those days, it was like they didn't even know what they were supposed to get out of sex.
Well, me neither, so I never knew. So I met my youngest daughter dad. Like, wow, all this supposed to happen? Oh, I was hooked.
Oh shit.
I was. It was like some crack or something. I just kept going back for more and more. Because her dad was like absolutely not shit.
Oh,
Hey, cuss on here, shit. I mean,
He was not for real, nothing. And they was like, he ain't. But he was teaching me a lot of stuff I ain't know. He was teaching me about the Bible. He wasn't just having, wasn't just having sex. He was teaching me stuff. I was learning stuff from him.
yeah.
And one nigga, gonna help you with 4 kids. You already got mass kids. And he was there. We stayed together for 11 years. And he helped me watch my son and stuff. And we all grew up and
he cared about you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he cared
He really
about
do.
you.
Like I seen right today. I love you. I said, I know you do. I love you too. I said, but I used to like to see you show it. Not just say it all the damn time. Write it down. Like, I'd be like, take a picture. Write this shit down. I don't want to hear it. Show me.
Love is an action word. You gotta say that. But it's crucial that you say that he taught you stuff like that. I mean, how important is that for a young woman?
And then I needed
to have
to know
somebody to teach him, a man that's willing to teach him and educate him, versus just a sexual relationship. Like how important is that?
We did things with the kids. We went to church together. We was like just the whole family.
That's what's
I
up.
he even bought his kids there, helped take care of his kids. It was really, really nice. Versus my first 2 children, the first 3. It was all good. Because the whole time he was there with them till they grew up. And then 11 years later is when I had his daughter. after we broke up.
So,
Like
so the first two. Now I know this.
Alexis, and
No, yeah, shit.
Sierra.
Yeah. Now y'all baby daddies.
And they got different daddies. and me and my auntie got the same baby daddy brothers.
Yeah.
So they brothers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you some funny shit, man. Just DNA a motherfucker, like because me and my brother got the same. They sisters basically. It's like y'all baby daddies brothers. Like, you know what I mean? Where do that come from? I know how it happens. I want to say it from y'all words. How
What come from?
How can two cousins? I mean, no, what? This your aunt?
Yeah, I'm her
So
aunt.
okay, I'm tripping. I'm your cousin. How that happened? How does that happen? Where y'all baby daddies is brothers?
Well, I had my kids first, and Sherry was around my kid's father, and then my little future brother-in-law, I guess you call him, he started coming around. So by them being around each other a lot in the house, and things like that, I think that's what kind of like brought them together in each other's company, and they tend to like. Because I told her, I was like, didn't I tell you don't mess with it?
Yeah, on the picture, when he was sitting on the picture on the thing, I kept looking at it like, when he come home?
Yeah, he was in jail. And stuff,
then he came home, and then I thought I was calling him Uncle Terry. Like, I ain't your uncle. Like, oh, for real?
So that's how that
he wasn't my
happened.
uncle.
Yeah.
So he nipped that in the bud quick.
Yeah.
So that's how
Like
my
me,
mom
no
and
kids.
dad. My mom and dad met, and my mom and dad go with the brother and sister. I'm double cousins with them too.
Wow.
So it's in our DNA. It's in the family.
That's what I said.
Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think,
but then it does. I know this. I'm gonna say this. It really does matter if you have your children by the same man, the same woman. Do not separate different baby daddies. Like, oh, I got cold daddy named. Do not do it. That's separating your family. Like you said, it's in the DNA. See how close we are? But all these different baby daddies, they different personalities. Because I have 4 baby daddies. So I got a household. And I raised a household of all these different personalities.
Anyway. They can have the same daddy, same mom and daddy or whatever. They're going to have their own personalities.
Yeah,
and
when they go.
sometimes it's like some people turn out what they call it nature or nurture.
That's
nature,
what makes
nature versus
all the
nurture.
different
Yeah,
baby
some
daddies.
people, some people can end up the way they are just from maybe the environment that they in, maybe the people they hanging around. Because we always teach our kids. We always try to tell them the best, and that's all we can tell them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did.
Because
So
mama,
mine just stuck up.
look at mama. All her kids don't have the same. All her kids don't have the same father, and we don't. It's not things they don't know how
It
to
seemed
handle.
like that because my mama used to hate y'all. She did.
But look, wait a minute.
And that was wrong because that made me miss out on stuff. Like, why would you do that?
But that's 1 out of 9.
Yeah.
That's 1 out of 9. So that don't, and she didn't hate us. You know what I'm saying? She was dealing with something herself. When it comes to mental illness and
It's a
different
real
stuff
thing.
like that.
She don't have it.
She didn't hate us, and stuff. It's just the way she handled things because, it's I know a lady who has a son, he's not right there in the picture, She
What lady?
feel like he may hate her, but different things, and she wonder how he turned out like that.
Yeah.
And, then had the same parents and stuff, y'all in the same house, y'all being taught the same thing. So,
I think hate is a strong word.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I don't think it's. I wouldn't call it hate.
No, people don't say they hate you, just like they say they love you. they don't say they hate you, they show you. That's different. I seen it, they showed it my whole life. How can you say like that's love? They no love there.
You know what? I respect what you're saying. You know what I mean? You know, because love is an action word. You know what I mean? But I just think people
use it loosely.
No, what I'm saying, I think is people just show. I think people get caught up in their own shit, and you know, some of us don't know how to come back. Some of us don't know how to humble themselves and say I fucked up.
No,
some motherfuckers,
say I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? Some of us don't know how to do that. Some people don't know how to. See, I'm gonna tell you something because you know a motherfucker will pop up and come through the door and act like everything is good, like you know what I mean. But then they go away for another 4-5 years or 6-7 months and then pop up. So it's not. I wouldn't say it's hate. You know what I mean? Because it's just basically they dealing with a person on their terms. You know what I mean? It's up to you if you allow that door to swing open every time. You know what I mean? It's up to you to set your boundaries and say, look, check this out. You know what I mean? You're not going to keep walking in and out of my life like this. You know what I mean? If you get, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I would call it a selfish tactic. That's a selfish tactic.
Yeah, very selfish.
Because they're not thinking about the harm they putting on whoever, they mama, they brother, they sister, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? They just more or less, okay, I haven't seen them in so long. Let me pop up and get my fix.
Yeah.
And you they fix.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't open up that motherfucking door, they don't get their fix. And then when they ain't mama, bruh, or sister, whatever the case might be, why you answer the door, nigga? Because you can't keep popping up like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Love is an action word. And you got your standard. I mean, you have your rules and regulations. If a motherfucker ain't abiding by them, then you have every right to, you know what I mean, move how you move. To protect your heart. You know what I mean? And protect your feelings. Like, you know what I mean? You know, but I want to say, you know, hate is a strong.
Yeah.
It's a strong word, but I feel what you're saying. Love is an action word. So it is hard to, you know, if I can't just, I love you. And, you know, then go away for 10 years and nigga lay around the corner from you. And see you again, like, I love you again.
Like, send you a text, I love you.
You don't even text.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but like I said, this being young, so I was ask yourself, so what advice would y'all give yourself to y'all younger self? What you know now. I mean, what advice would you give yourself?
Baby. I'd be like, look, the boys will tell you, probably just like what I told my daughter. You know, the boys, they'll tell you anything they think you want to hear. You know, they're going to be sweet to you and things like that or whatever. Some of them, you school age or whatever, you had sex with them, they run around and tell everybody. Then you labeled, you know, and things like that. You want to stay in school and get a job. You know what I'm saying? Get to know yourself. Because I'm 62 years old and I'm just not getting started, but I'm still getting to know myself. You know, and stuff. And so that's what I would tell, because like they say, when you know better, you do better.
Indeed.
And if I could get a do-over, man, I'd be, you know, because I've said before that my daughter is everything that I wanted to be at her age. You know, I've said that a lot. So, you know, not saying she's not perfect, not in no perfect relationship or anything like that, but she kind of did things in the order that it was supposed to be done. You know, I never even thought about getting married. You know, it's nothing that I ever wanted to do or anything like that, but I wanted it for my daughter. You know, it was like something I wanted for her. You know, you go to school, you get married, you have your babies, you know, on down the line.
Yeah, in that
stuff.
order.
So,
what about you, cuz? What you would tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self, Sherry, get your education. Because these boys ain't got nothing out here for you. Because my whole time while I was growing up, like the boys, I ain't even mess with the boys. I always messed it with older men. Like all my baby daddies is older than me. That's how I was growing up. And I would have told me to keep my mind open and occupied. Like, don't try to do no weed and stuff. And make, if I had to tell me again, like, just keep going forward, keep my head up, and know that I can do all things through Christ. And just stuff that, like, if I would have to do this over again, no way.
Right.
It ain't no way I could doctor it up and fix it. I wouldn't want to do it again, no.
I can dig it.
And now just tell me that just stay independent and just do good.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. Just on some I think back my son's mother, I got her by 3 years. I was 19, she was 16. And that's what I pulled from. I pulled from watching y'all. You know what I mean? Because, my pops was null and void. You know what I mean? But I pulled from watching y'all. I knew how old Duck was. You know what I mean? And I knew what the talks we have. And I knew by my son's mother being younger than me, I knew I had a different role to play in her life.
Yeah.
I knew how her upbringing was, her hurdles in her household. I knew what affect her, what affect my son. You know what I mean? And this is even when we weren't even together. So I always played that role of uplifting.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I was never in the business of trying to break somebody that I say I love. You know what I mean? Or somebody I created a child with. I never been in the business of trying to break their spirit. You know what I mean?
Bad. I mean, if she's not in a good place, your child's not in a
Right.
good place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, I cherish the conversations we have, Mom. Like, you know what I mean? Where, we talk about all type of shit. You already know we talk about a lot of shit. But, you know what I mean? Even me and Cuz, like, we just chop it up and just me watching y'all. You know what I mean? This is why I said, this is why I want to do this, because I tell people every day, man, parents should let their kids know their story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta let them know what you dealt with.
I heard you say that. Like,
You know what I
was
mean?
watching some of your podcasts.
Yeah, it's crucial.
You have a lot of good thoughts on your mind.
Because we don't know. Kids maybe even get a better understanding about their mother, their father, whatever the case may be.
They listen.
You know what I mean? Maybe they can understand why you respond the way you respond, and why, you know what I mean? Because it plays a factor. Another question I want to ask, like, I know coming, I never forget it. Like,
Yeah.
this is why I tell people, man, when you raising your kids, man, and you thinking that, they ain't not gonna remember.
Yeah.
It's slow for you.
Duck was, we said we weren't going to go, but my kid's father was 10 years older than me, so I felt like it should have been things that, he should have taught me something, which he did. He did teach me, something. He taught me what type of guy never to mess with again, and different things like that. He taught me what I never wanted again in a man. But for as like school, he didn't try to say stay in school, or anything like that. He used to pick me up with my little friends and we go ride with him skipping school, and different things like that. So.
And that's what I learned from. Like I said, that's
so I kept my daughter and I try to tell y'all and stuff. And I know I keep going back to my daughter, but it's just that it seemed like it alters a female's. It seemed like it alters the female's life more so than the guy's. Because if you got a good woman taking care of her kids, this man still can go out there and make his money and do his thing, long as he helping her with the baby, and stuff. So.
No, but like I said, I agree. Like I said, that's just me knowing that story. That's why I played the role. A lot of younger, like you said, cuz you always like older men. Like, what is that? Why do young girls gravitate towards older guys?
You want me to tell you why I did?
Yeah, why you did it? Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, so I used to go stay with my grandma. Like that was like my safe haven. I loved it going there because I know I'm finna be all good there. But at my house, never. It was always somebody different there. I'm looking at somebody. It was always older people all the time. So now when I'm around a bunch of kids and stuff, now I don't feel comfortable. And now I got this little 18-year-old, which was Alexis' daddy, in my ear. He can't tell me nothing because you 18, I'm 17, we got to be the same age. I've always been around them all the time. So as I grew up and up and up and up, and I found one that, I'm about to help take care of you. So that's the older dude I stay with. I always, because the younger boys, they really ain't teach me nothing, and I ain't know nothing as it was. So
Yeah.
I always, but that's how I got into the older guys. They was always around me.
Yeah.
Always at my house where I be at. Always there. I grew up with them.
Well, with me, I think I was just a little young girl with a little schoolgirl crush. Cause I can't, I can't signal nothing, else out specifically. It's just like a child having a crush on a school teacher, or something like that. That's how it came about. So.
No, I mean, 'cause I just see that a lot. I remember just being in the T back in the day, and I used to be on Dutch, and I used to see a couple of the young girls running around, and I never wanted to mess with another young girl outside of my son's mother. We was only 3 years older. I mean, after I had him, I vowed again not to deal with another girl that was younger than me. But I just hate that, just to hear this story. I mean, I just hate that, that I didn't have the men, a healthier motherfucker around you to school you. You know what I mean? But end of the day, we turned out good. Shit, like, I mean,
Yeah.
y'all did a great job. I mean,
I think my auntie did an amazing job raising her children. I mean, because I used to be seeing her going through it, struggling, but she made it work. And then she made it work because she never, ever, ever gave up. She used to be striving, working hard for her children. Like, she was like, because they ain't going through this that I went through. And she was doing that. And then, like, she kind of like my shero. I love my auntie. Because she always had positive,
you too, baby.
Positive stuff she put on my mind. She let me see that I wasn't finna be that trashy little girl that grew up in that apartment. Let me get to be the nurse that I always had wanted to be. I got to do all of that good stuff.
That's what's up.
But watching my auntie.
You know mama.
And yeah.
Watching mama too.
And my grandma.
Yeah.
She broke her back for us. She a sneaker work.
Yeah.
Like, grandma, you know you're supposed to be at work. Oh, she'll work. That's what we got it from. I got it learning watching my auntie the most.
Yeah, you told.
And my grandmama.
Yeah, she let me have it.
Yeah.
But also a lot of times, like young girls tend to be attracted to older men for what an older man can do for them. A lot of times they may. Yeah, then a lot of times they may honestly love them. They figure they may teach them something, and you know what I'm saying? And some of them do. They put them on the right track. They make them better. But see, a lot of times you have to learn that a relationship, if that relationship is not making you better, if it's got you down and crying and you miserable and all that type of stuff, you have to go. My thing was, I didn't have my father in the house with me. I wanted my kids to have their father in the house with them. Then it got to a point where, this ain't healthy.
Real shit.
And I was still young. But I knew that wasn't healthy. And it wasn't healthy for me. So, sometimes you think it's better to have both parents in the house, but that's not always true.
No.
It isn't.
Yeah, it's more peaceful.
Mine was very, with me and my kids, the first 3 ones, that was real toxic. like they dad and me. We just, like I said once, it was just sex for me. Cause like he wasn't really doing that. He wasn't really helping me take care of my children. He wasn't really there. He was only there like, like in and out or something. Like you got a boyfriend. Like that. He didn't help take care of the kids like that, nah.
Yeah. Like I said, we ain't gonna stay here too long, but I'll just, so now fast forward. Yeah, I got 3 kids. You got 4 kids now, cuz, right?
Yes.
So how is it now to have 4 kids, 3 kids? Right?
Okay. You don't have any more kids. This my 4th child. So I got 3 children. I just had my 3rd child, which is a son. And I'm all overjoyed. So his dad got into trouble and had to go to jail. So now I'm out here with a baby. He's 6 months old. My brother was like, well, come over here and stay with me till he get out of jail so we can help you with the children. Because I got the other kids. Because his sister ain't nothing but like 1 or 2. And then I got a 5-6-year-old was Alexis. So we all go over there. And now I meet the 4th baby daddy. Which is him. And I met him. But I was not, we was just out, me and my niece. Just hoeing around. Catting around. We was.
I'm sure she said catting around.
We was out catting around, and he was, so they was playing, and they synced us like, whoa, hold up, back up. And they was trying to get on with us, but at the time, my baby daddy was trying to get on with her, but she was only 15 at the time, but she looked grown. He was like, no, I can't mess with no kids, so now me and him talking. But this just, we went out on a date and we went back there and we had all this, it was a 1-night stand. So I'm cool, I don't see the dude no more. I had took his number or whatever, like, so I'm laughing at my niece like, you pregnant? Not knowing I'm pregnant too. We both pregnant on the same time. So we went out that night.
Damn, sure.
And now I got a 4th baby daddy. But I'm not ready to have a 4th baby. So I'm thinking I'm getting rid of this baby going to Planned Parenthood. And I was ready to go. He bringing me the money and my appointment is at 1. And then he came up with, I want to keep my half of the baby. I'm like, wow. So
he said his half.
He want to keep his half of the baby. So I'm all young. Now I'm 24. I'm 24 years old with 4 children. I'm about to have my 4th one. Only this dad was an amazing dad. I mean, he told me, if you keep our baby, this is what I'm going to do. He already had a good job and everything. He said, I'm going to get another job just for the baby and you. And I'm thinking, like, how niggas is always lying. Like, he actually got another job. And came and started helping take care of me and the other kids and the baby till she got here. Okay, that 1-night stand turned into 32 years now. And he been an amazing father. Yeah. He's really good. He ain't never had no kids. That's his first daughter. And now her daughter had her first son at 31. So that was a good part.
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I didn't even know.
Blessing in disguise.
I did not even know. And then the one I'm thinking about was going to be the worst one, end up being the one that's like right today, making my life a lot easier. Because she was being mean and stuff at first. But I didn't know why. I didn't know they was going through all that stuff either. But,
yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know what people
she turned out being pretty awesome.
But that's what I say, man. I just want to enjoy this conversation with you. I always wanted, just to...
And child number 5.
Look.
What did he say? He was saying how we feel about the kids now.
No, yeah, just having all the kids now. I forgot. Yeah, now you 19.
Yeah, right? I had 3 kids when I was 19. Right. I had a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a baby in my arms.
Yeah.
And it was hard, but I wouldn't change. My babies that I got out of it, I'm fine. The situation could have been different or whatever, but, they're a blessing to me. Y'all a blessing to me. You know, the way y'all help me, y'all, you know, you look out for me and everything. So, you know, I wouldn't change that for the world. So if that's, you know, that came out of that relationship, I'm all right with that relationship.
You gotta say
For
that.
what I got, from, you know, I'm
Yeah.
all right with it. For what I got out of it.
Now, of course,
Grandbabies and
I'm wondering. Now, have we ever, like, you know how some kids, they be, if something don't happen, kids be more or less mad at their mamas, but excuse to
God,
daddies.
you hear that.
You know what I mean? Did we? I don't. I mean, of course, I was young. Did we ever, like? How does that make y'all feel if it happened to y'all?
This happened. If the kid be mad at you because the other parent ain't there,
Right.
for instance, I got a grandson and his mom is not around. She don't hardly be around. Well, actually, she haven't been sick them in 10 months now. Because you won't let my mom come over. No, your mom don't want to come over. But he don't understand that. It makes them mad. They get upset and take it out on you. And then you got to try to, I'm going to come and pick you up Saturday. They so excited and then they don't come. Then you got to fill in for them. Try to fill in that space and do it for them. But it's not like if the daddy would have showed up really or the mama really to do it.
Right.
They be taking it out on you. They get so
that's
upset about that.
and that's what I wondered. Have we ever did that, Mom? Like,
no,
Not
Like-
that I know.
no,
Like,
y'all
those kind of
never-
good kids.
like, can it get up? Like, you know, if you can't buy something someday, but we give Duck a pass, because I see kids do that. Like,
But
how
y'all never really. Let me see. It was one Christmas. I remember I couldn't do nothing but cook something to eat, and but one time I had to buy y'all. I had to buy 3 pair of shoes. I had to buy 3 pair of shoes, and I bought what was it? It was Payless then. What they call them shoes?
Pro Wings.
Pro.
I remember them motherfuckers.
And my little nephew said, my little nephew told D, little Nate told D, talking about, man, y'all must have did something pretty bad. Your mama bought y'all some Pro Wings or whatever, but you know that hurt me because you know what I'm saying. I had
She
to
was
buy
struggling.
3. I had to buy 3 pair of shoes. You know,
Right,
and I don't
right.
think. Let me see who was it. I don't think D. I don't even think D ever wore his. I think he stuck with the old pair of shoes or something.
Oh no, I remember them motherfuckers too. Though, hey, that was some good ass leather. I used to try to tear them bitches up, coming home. You know how you walk down the street screaming your front on the ground. Them bitches wouldn't tell for nothing.
Yeah, so, but when it comes to far, they tell you that a person, because
Oh shit.
But
they tell you a person that people tend to hurt the one that they closest to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
do.
That even comes to, you know, like kids. You know, the parent, the mother, the closest to them or whatever. Then, you know, the daddy don't come through. Then they gonna take it out on the mama.
Yeah.
You know, and everything. And then next time when they see the daddy,
Yeah.
you know, and stuff like that, and vice versa. If it was the mother, so they tend, you know what I'm saying? That's just what they tend to
Yeah.
do.
Not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
salty.
was asking my mom, like, was I that bad? Was I that real bad when I was a kid?
No, you wasn't no bad child, Sherry.
Oh, because my mama was like, well, when you grow up, I hope they all be bad as hell, just like you, every
No.
one of them.
No, you wasn't really
And she used
no
to
bad
say all that,
child.
well, you look just like your daddy type stuff. Like, what does that mean? Don't I supposed to look like be my daddy?
Well, you know, maybe
Or all that.
she didn't care for your daddy. He was, you know. So some people do that now.
Oh,
They
but I
take
ain't
it out
know
on the
what she
child.
did. She took it out on me the whole time. I think my mom that bad. Why did she do that? But that's how.
But you know what though?
I'm never gonna be like that.
You know what I was thinking about? You know, when I think about Duck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before he tapped, and we had a lot of conversations. Like, I think I really got to know him more,
Better.
Better, yeah.
more than I ever did. Like, you know what I mean? But what I grew to realize was, shit, he didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the hindsight 2020, me being a grown man now, that's how I was able to I mean, can I say forgiving? I can't say forgiving because I don't think I ever really
maybe
held
understand.
on. Understand. Because I never held nothing.
Yeah.
Once I hit 18, I was a man. I didn't need you to take
Yeah.
care of me no more. So
But
I
you understood
I
better
got it.
of what, why
No,
he
because he
couldn't do
actually said it. He was like, man, the couple of days before he died, Uncle was coming home from the hospital, and we was sitting out there chilling on the porch, and he was like, man, I wish I would have taught bruh something.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, I ain't have a fucking clue. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, he said he ran behind me, he watched me,
Yeah.
you know, A, B, and C just really broke it down. I realized he was like, you know, Dad wasn't, you know, Big Daddy wasn't X, Y, and Z. He wasn't around like that. Like, he was in the house, but he was working, and he like, you know, they old school.
Yeah.
He said, we in the hood running through winters, just, you know what I mean? We didn't know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I got the understanding, and it's funny, because for the nigga who didn't buy me a Halloween costume, for the nigga who gave me 10 cents, and for I'm the one that try to save your life.
Breathe life in it. Yeah.
Like,
Look how God work.
like I'm the one.
But he let him be alive enough so he could see you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like this one I tried to be so mean to, and look what happened.
You know, but that's why I said I just grew to get it. Like I grew to understand. Like it's not even salty. Like it ain't like my daddy wasn't X, Y, and Z. I mean, it is what it is.
He didn't know because, like you said, people think just because there's two parents in a house,
Yeah.
you know, you can have a parent in a house, and a parent can be living someplace else and spend more time with their child than that parents who's right in that house with that child.
Yeah.
Yeah, the co-parenting
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
it's
so
really
you know,
works.
just because they in there, that don't mean that they, you know, doing the right thing. And he didn't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Doug didn't know when I got older, because you know I don't hold nothing against him.
Yeah.
You know, you even asked if me and him would go where you want to take us somewhere to eat.
Yeah, I
So-
wanted to. He like trains, and this when he first had his, well, not first when he first had his stroke. Because when he had his stroke, I bought him a cane, shit. Like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but you know, I went to go get him, pick him up, try to get him to go do a train ride. I guess he used to like trains and shit. He got all the books in the room and shit. So when I told, I say, man, you know, me, you, mama, like, you know what I mean, I say, mama ain't gonna have you out there looking all crazy and shit, nigga, like.
No.
You know, but you know, and you was willing, like, and that's what I liked
Yeah.
about it, because you really didn't. In hindsight, 2020, if you wanted to, your grudge would be understood if you had it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact that you didn't,
No.
you know, cause I done seen motherfuckers' mamas be mad at the daddy and just be
Forever.
like, damn, what, motherfucker, y'all ain't been together in 30 years, man.
Yeah,
Is you
no.
still that man? Like,
No, yeah.
did he try to take your life or whatever? What
No,
is
I
it?
could never,
Right.
you know, because I just had to look at it as that he didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? It was like the blind leading the blind. You know, I just tend to pick up on it sooner, you know, and realize, you know, what was going on and everything. So,
But this is why I hate when I see niggas, like, you know what I mean, when I see other fathers, you know what I mean, for example, offspring. If I was a deadbeat type motherfucker, how can I be mad at my pops if I'm mimicking the same traits that he did? Like, hey, at the end of the day, I mean, therapy. I mean, I'm in therapy. I'm in therapy now.
I
Shit.
never did that. They had
so
the
is your
best
mama.
Right.
possible life.
Shit, I'm in
I
therapy
ain't
now.
scared of it, I'm telling you.
But the hindsight 2020, I mean, just, you know, that's why, even with, you know, today, man, I just think, you know, sometimes it take a long time for people to realize they need to talk to somebody. They need that therapy. Because I'm gonna tell you something, if it ain't working for you, sometimes you gotta bring a third party
Who
in.
gonna go to therapy? I think at this time, everybody need to go to therapy
Hey, I'm
because,
telling
oh
you.
my God.
I mean, but just go back in history. I mean,
Yes.
our history, you know, just with, you know, slavery, et cetera, you know, white folks, et cetera. Not to put everything, you know, on that, but
And I wish they wouldn't have never
I mean, that
even
shit is
put that
embedded.
in there.
Like, I mean, put what?
The slavery, all of, because us mass people still using some slavery stuff like in 2021.
Like, say, for an excuse.
Yeah, like,
You know what I
say
mean?
for instance, I know this man. Like, he used to be real smart, knowledgeable, and everything, but every time you call him, what's up? Same old shit. Like, the same, you ain't switch toilets or nothing. Like, it's the same thing. all the time. How do you expect to get something different if you do that same thing? You gotta change something.
Well,
Something has to change.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're still using slavery to this day and age, you
He's
know.
talking about the white man. The white. Do you know the white man is trying to be black himself?
Right.
What is you saying? What age is he living in? He's gonna tell me, well, back in the day we didn't do that. You're not back in the day.
Yeah.
But you know what though?
We're in
But
the
you-
present.
But you know what though, cuz
Oh my God.
that's why I say therapy, because motherfuckers can't let that go.
They're-
They can't let that part of that. They can't let that part of themselves go.
And you know what? I got
Yeah,
a
I mean-
cousin that still lives in the 70s and 80s. Cause what is you doing? He's still there. He's still right there. He ain't got stuck there.
Hold on, cuz this is just a hypothetical. I would love to ask you who, but don't tell me on the mic.
Yeah, don't say no names.
Don't say that on the mic. I don't know what the fuck living in the 70s.
You know who it is.
I'm trying to think. Don't
It's
tell
my-
me.
Hey, you
it's-
know who it is.
Look, it's my
Oh, okay. I
whole
got you. I
favorite
got you. I
cousin.
got you. Okay, no
He
said.
got
No
you,
said.
though.
No
I
said.
did the
I'm
move.
not gonna say no name. He my
I did the
favorite.
move.
He my favorite. And
Love Easy.
Yeah.
he loves to act. He loves to act like my children's father, brother. He love it. He's
Yes.
stuck.
Yeah, that's his
I
hero.
love the music and everything, but it's like he's there in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care what day he come over, what it is that.
Mm-hmm.
He like, girl, go on, turn on the Ghetto Boys and cuz I don't even do that no more. I don't even listen to rap no more. Oh, yes, you. No, I don't do that no more. I go to church and stuff now. Like, boy, it was like, oh, fuck it then. Cuz I ain't even coming over your house no more. But then he came
I
over
used to
the
live
next
downtown.
day. He is crazy.
Yeah.
He's
On
still in the
29th Street.
70s. I love him. That was my best cousin.
Shit, but nah, man. You know, we're gonna wrap this up though, man. You know, I wanted to get y'all on here just to chop it up and and get y'all point of views, and I'd love to do it again though for sure.
Yeah, you know I'm camera shy. Maybe I've been loosened up a little bit the next time.
Shit, I couldn't tell, mama. You good? Shit,
Right, you was
You
talking
good.
up. Yeah.
Good.
Take it on now.
But-
But yeah, you did.
Y'all want to say anything for you? You want to give any advice to any young ladies that's coming up,
All you young ladies out there,
that's coming up
keep
parenting.
your
and-
education. That's more important. Love yourself. Respect yourself. And just be great. And everything that's out there will be out there always. You always got time to change, and you ain't in a race with nobody.
Yes,
So take your time, do it how you want it, and just live a healthy, happy life.
Yeah.
That way.
Parents,
yes, sir.
talk to. You have to sit your kids down. You have to talk to them. You don't have to sugarcoat it, because they ain't sugarcoating it on the videos, and the boys ain't sugarcoating it. The girls rougher than the boys these days.
Yes, sir.
They not
It's a shame.
sugarcoating it, but talk to them and tell them, and let them know they can talk to you about anything, because things that used to be, say, off limits or taboo to talk to, you let your child know they can talk to you about anything, they gonna come to you.
Yep.
They gonna come, mama, guess what? This little boy said if I do this, he'll do that, or whatever. So just let them, let them be able to talk. Let them be able to talk to you and listen to them. Spend time with them.
And I
You know.
noticed the kids, the children, my grandkids, they like for you to listen to them and pay attention.
Yes.
Like, hey. So I stop and listen. They love that they got your attention, that you paying attention to them.
Because there's a lot of things I got to do over with my grandbabies. There was a lot of things that I did with my grandbabies that I didn't do with my kids because
Yep.
I didn't know. So
That's what I got to do with the grandkids that I didn't get to do with my kids.
yeah.
Okay.
Just nice. I
Well,
love
there it
the
is. There it
grandbabies.
is. We better get up out of here. This 365 N.E.F. Help Talk. I call myself Mr. Check Your Temp. Y'all be easy.
This tea good.